And it's good. Look at this stuff here. Good morning. All right, I think today is the day I've said enough is enough. Oh my God, I have lint in it. Is that lint or gray hair? We don't even know anymore, you guys. I literally can't even tell anymore. Nope, I can't even tell anymore. So, I want to say good morning. Good morning. I like Vic. I just literally just looked at this. You know, I'm not used to having this. I don't account for this in my get ready. Yeah. My get ready with me is still not updated to my actual vanity needs yet. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the morning message. Morning messages with Alami. And my girl. Okay, when you look at this for just a quick second. Right here. So is it lint? I know you're gonna tell me it needs to be brushed.
It's a combination.
All right.
There's some lint in it. But
Get it out.
It's mostly in the back where you sleep.
Okay, it's not what I'm looking at in the front. Dang, that's a
No,
big old piece of lint.
Those are great, yeah. You gotta brush your hair. That's what you're looking at is gray hair.
What you're looking at is gray hair. Oh, I think that is lint too.
Oh, maybe.
Good morning. I just know I need to cut this stuff off. That's just absolutely what needs to happen. Say good morning in the chat if you with me. We're gonna have some fun today, y'all. You know, yesterday, for I think the second time in the last week, my live cut off. And it's so disrespectful because it just cuts off. But it be making me think it on my end like it's gonna come back. So I be waiting. Maybe y'all do too. I don't know. But I do apologize. Our handyman just was what was he doing? Doing something to the light, doing some electrical work. And he just cut off the power. So there went the Wi-Fi. So y'all forgive me, okay? But we back out in these streets today, okay? And we're doing a slight get ready with me as I do this introduction. Hope y'all don't mind. To know me is to know that hair is not something that I've really done a lot of. I don't do hair. Normally this is bald, but we are just kind of expressing ourselves through our hair right now. You guys are absolutely serving as my mirror. Okay. And yeah. So, good morning. There's my girl. What's up, C. Riddle? C. Riddle in the place. I don't know if this is a treat or not, but somebody said they want to talk to the people today. Huh? Hell yeah, she says. Okay. So, you know, I know it's divine. I don't know if y'all in for it or she in for it. I don't know what's about to happen right now. It's gonna be good. Careful, sweets. It's about to be good. Okay? So, as I continue with my get ready with me, putting rosemary oil. This stuff smells so good, by the way. So good for your skin and your hair, apparently. Are y'all liking this? Crystal says, hey, Vic.
What's up? We're about to talk.
We about to talk. Oh, shit. What'd I tell you? I don't know if y'all in for it or she's in for it. I know this needs to be brushed. It's like, it just don't make sense to me because the way I like the look is not brushed. And then when I brush it, so then I just got to do all of this shit again to get it almost to the where I'm trying to get it to right now.
Okay, can I tell you?
Yes.
Okay, this is how it goes. You have to first...
Look how short she is. Isn't that the funniest thing? Let's go back. If y'all don't know, I'm 6'1". How tall are you?
I'm 5'.
Let's make this adjustment so that people can
3/4.
actually hear from you.
You know, usually I have some shoes on, so so we gonna say I'm 5'4".
5'3.5". So
Oh, I'm not.
here you are.
So what I was explaining to you is you have to brush said lint from your
Oh,
head
it's a
first.
lint thing. That's right.
Then you can sculpt the hair with no lint in it. You gotta
Sculpt.
first get it out.
See, you've said too much already. I'm not trying to sculpt no hair.
But that's what you do when you use the brush and you do the little swirly thing. You're sculpting the hair.
I'm good on the sculpting of hair. No, I'm good on that.
Seiko say no?
Seiko says nope.
Baby, we gotta get t-shirts that say Seiko say no.
Huh?
We gotta get t-shirts that say Seiko say no.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That's a human design.
It would be great to have a fan out here.
We're-
I know. But see, like, I'm not, okay, we'll talk.
So what I can do is take one of the fans down from in here, put it on this thing, and have it angled up.
I'm here for that.
I'll try, so you know I'm done.
All right.
How short I am.
I gotta tell you what?
See, you tell me how short I am.
Oh, that's funny. Now you don't know if you're tall enough to do it?
Right.
Okay. All right, so you gonna come sit beside me? Stick beside her.
Yeah, as long as I want to.
Okay, girl. Well, listen, this is your show. She's like, I will pop in and do my features as I feel like it. We're here for you, Victoria.
I'm just saying.
What else are we here for then? What resonates?
Do it to the things you want to do and things you don't. Right?
Period. Only do what you want. All right, y'all. Welcome to the morning message. It's like eventful today, isn't it? It's mad eventful today. I like it. I like her. All right. Let's get down to business, shall we? Those of you who are just popping in, I'd say I'm sorry for yesterday. Our electrician was doing work and he just turned off the power and didn't get nobody no warning. But it's okay. Kinda. Not. Crystal said, y'all crack me up. Crystal, this is a day in the life, child. We have a lot of fun though. No lie. We have oodles of fun every day. Welcome to the morning message. Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to feel my way to like a theme song. I don't know, babe. It's probably a good idea. Hold on, y'all. God, like I'm not working right now. Like I'm not working right now.
Okay, here I come then.
No, honestly, I could really use it, but I'm not really sure how you're gonna prop it up and where it's gonna actually be to make it make sense. I guess you could just sit it right there in that window and it's probably gonna hit here too. Y'all, this is part of the byproducts. Let's just keep it all the way real in life. The byproducts of living in the jungle is that you need air, okay? Airflow is important. And we are in a casita que no tiene air conditioner, okay? Not an air conditioner to be found, okay? So we've got some fans. And so Vic and I are having a very robust conversation about this particular fan right here and whether it should come outside, because let's give you guys a little bit of a tour. Let's do a little MTV Cribs for a second while Vic is out there figuring out where she's gonna sit. All right. So it's definitely Fort Knox. So this is why I can give you a tour, because there's absolutely no way you can get in this place. Okay. So. Sorry. So this is our outdoor laundry area. Okay. Also known as your bathroom sink. Okay. And I'll tell you why. Okay. We're outside, right? We're outside. Okay. All of these things open up from the inside. That's why I'm telling you, we'll never get in this place. So we have a baño. Mm-hmm. Oh, no one wants to look at your toilet. And a shower. Okay. Outdoor shower. Okay. It's tiled in. Hardwood floor. Okay. We just brought our bikes over here. But just a little decorative something. Okay. And we're outside. Okay. Boop. Sorry, I'm moving a little fast. And Vic's got her little throne right here. Okay. We haven't decorated anything. We're outside. We're outside. Okay. That goes all the way around. I don't know what Vic's doing. Okay. But let's go around this way. Oh, sorry, don't twirl too fast. Got hammocks. There's 2 hammocks. And one goes here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And there's another one that hooks over. If you want to hang 2 at the same time, you can hang it from here to there. Okay. So this is our new site of the morning messages with Vic and Lom, clearly. Morning messages with Vic and Lom. Okay. We've got our own little recording space. Okay. That's our kitchen, of course. Oh, I didn't show you the bedroom. So it is an actual room. And we are inside. Oops, sorry, I'm moving real fast. We are inside, okay, until we're not. And again, Fort Knox, okay? So.
Makes you want to say one time at band camp?
One time we're like, I feel like we're on a next layer of the adventure. And it's super fun and cool, honestly. There's a beautiful butterfly down there. I don't think you guys can see it. But I hear birds. We can hear monkeys and toucans. And you can find a sloth every now and again out here. We haven't seen a sloth out here yet, but they're everywhere. And there's all kinds of goatees. What is that? It's a goatee. They're very fast. They run extremely fast. And birds and all kind of occupation.
You see, I put that thing right there.
I do see you did that.
That's like, don't play.
I do see you did that. So that concludes our tour. Boop. So back to the fan situation, because we're menopausal and fans are important in our lives. So I guess I'm gonna just walk.
It actually I just can't reach the plug because it's up too high for me. But it can
How are
actually
you
work.
feeling though right now?
I feel wonderful.
I mean, in terms of like, you feel cold? I mean, hot?
No, I don't. That's why I feel wonderful.
All right. So, did I mention that y'all should go to begreateveryday.com if you care to know anything about what we actually do in real life? Besides the shenanigans? Because we do all the things. We're dimensional, in fact. We're going to settle into this morning message. Anybody who's new here, they're like, what in the hell is actually happening here? I think what you're witnessing is actually in real time 2 mature, clearly African-American women who are empty nesters and who have gone on the other side of child rearing and childbearing, who are now in a season of personal fulfillment. And this is what it looks like at this stage, is living in an actual jungle cottage in the jungle of the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. For now, almost a year. We're coming up on we're a 10-month anniversary. And yeah, this is what it looks like. We get to choose what and where and how we want to do life. And this is what we choose for it to look like. And for you, your choice may look and feel differently, but the most important thing is that it's your choice and that it suits your needs. And Yeah, it's just a joyful thing, man. That's all I can really tell you. That's all I can really tell you. As one of my sisters knows that I always say is, there's nothing greater than to own your own time. There's nothing greater. There's no greater feeling than to be free and liberated. You know, we are beings in this dimension that have been conditioned to siphon off our time to people and places and things that don't feel good to us. We're conditioned to do it. And depending on your cultural background, that conditioning can be real ingrained.
Yeah. It starts out going to school. Kids, I don't want to go to school today. You have to go to school. It's law. You know, and you grow up from age 5. I gotta go places and do things and be with people that I don't enjoy every single day.
Because people say that's a part of life, doing things you don't want to do.
Yep. Oh, I was told that so many times.
Is that true?
Yep. Is it a part of life? Yes, it can be. It absolutely, unless you are aware of it.
What you mean?
Oh, I mean, unless you are actually mindful, moment to moment, do I really want to be doing this thing that I'm doing right now?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, most of us do slip into that, just moving around automatically and not even thinking about, how do I feel about this? Does this resonate with, does this make me happy? Does this feel fun? Am I just tolerating this? And, you know, when you are conditioned from the age 5 to do things that don't feel good, to, you know, urge to give such and such a kiss on the cheek when you don't even feel comfortable around that person, but everybody's telling you to do it. The indoctrination starts early is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, I got you. So I pointed at that card because you see these monarch butterflies.
Morpho.
Thank you. Morpho. I'm sorry. I'm shuffling cards. They're popping out. Morpho butterflies are everywhere here, and they're beautiful. And they are about 3 times the size of this card.
Yeah.
Not literally, but I know. I was like, wait a minute. Okay,
On
something started
cue.
flying this way. It's like, hold on, right on cue.
No,
Get
not
out.
quite. But the birds are kind of cute. Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
the birds are cute.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we see those butterflies here. I've never seen a morpho butterfly before moving here.
They might
And-
actually get a chance to see it fly behind our head now that we've
Yeah.
got jungle in the right direction.
Yeah, watch for signs, that card says. I've already shuffled out 2 cards. I feel the need for a third, maybe even a fourth. Oh, there's a third and a fourth. Okay. Whew. All right. So we're doing something fun and different today. We got our co-host here, Victoria Lee.
What's up? Good morning.
What's up?
What y'all drinking this morning?
I know, we're drinking some fresh ginger tea. Why are you here?
I just feel called. I feel led and called. You know when the Lord calls you, you either answer the call or you don't. And I've been not answering for quite a while.
And today was your day.
Today's the day. Yeah. So I'm
You are
here.
insane, I swear to God.
I'm here.
So I think since you're here, it only makes good conscious sense for us to both share in these cards. How about that?
Okay.
So maybe I'll still lead.
You can. I think that's how it should happen. I never.
Maybe
would.
yeah. I'm sorry. You don't want.
I want you to lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will start the messages off. Morning messages will alarm me. I'll start that off. Vic is coming in strong. I know. Y'all, it is an honor and a pleasure to have this silly lady sit next to me right now. Literally one of my favorite people on the planet, if that isn't already known. For anybody who is new here, I do feel a need to kind of level set because there are a lot of people who watch these videos on the replay. And shout out to all of y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Thank you. Let me move this over here so I can get a little bit more, hey, a little bit more light, less shadow on the face. All right, that's good. Yeah.
I can move over too.
You gonna move over too?
I can help.
Okay. All right. Y'all, I have no explanation. Go to begreateveryday.com, period. Let's talk. First card that came out was actually not this card. The first card that came out was another card, but I kind of organically and intuitively just picked up this one when I was ready to start the reading. So clearly, this is where we start. So Vic was saying something really important a little bit ago, and I'm going to show you the card again. But Vic was saying something really important a bit ago around being mindfully aware of what you like, of what resonates for you. Being mindfully aware. I thought you were going to scoot over.
Oh,
I can't see you.
I thought you wanted me out of the picture. Where you talked.
No. I'm just trying to get closer to some light so they can see all of our face.
Okay.
Okay. She's ready, I think. The point you made earlier about picking and choosing what resonates, paying attention, being mindfully aware. It's like you can't get to what works for you unless you are paying attention and being mindfully aware of when you like a thing or not. Okay. There's so many of us that kind of just move through life having moments and experiences, good, bad, and ugly, and we're just kind of on automatic pilot to keep it pushing without really like taking a moment to assess resonance. Okay. It's like, even with like simple things, let's say you go on a job interview and you go on the interview, you may think you did great. And then you don't get the job or they don't call you back or whatever. And then you just kind of keep moving forward, go to the next job interview, same thing, you may do it and it doesn't work out again. So you keep going, another interview. And like, without really paying attention, like you're in position to try to, sell yourself to get an opportunity without really paying attention to what was working for you. Okay. It's like sometimes we take on the rejection of things that don't work out for us and we're not really paying attention to did we really resonate with it well enough for it to matter that it didn't work out for us. Okay, there's a lot of energy around us really paying attention to our wins and losses in life and what we choose to focus on. It's like paying attention to all the experiences that you have that resonate so that you can get to your aha or whatever it looks like for you to feel whole and complete in your ideal life or best self. There's a need for us to pay attention to nuance, not just when things feel good, but even when things don't feel good, because that helps us get more clear about what we want. Okay. So this card says watch for signs. Okay. Watch for signs. And signs don't just come in the it feels good. Okay. Sometimes the signs come in what feels like adversarial experiences. Okay. Sometimes the clarifier of what we want comes from things we get that we don't want. Okay. It's like really paying attention to every experience and evaluating it, whether it hit or not. Not just noticing the things, oh, I love that, so I'll just focus on that. No, the things that you don't love have just as much information and power to give you clarity around what you might like more of. Okay. So that's what I'm getting from this watch for signs card. I feel like this message really is about picking and choosing what's for you. Okay. Picking and choosing what's for you. We started today talking about ourselves and the world that we're in, and what a beautiful world it is.
Yeah.
What a beautiful world it is.
I was listening to you and thinking about how easy it is to identify what you don't want and to complain and grumble about what is not working for me and how it's not okay, and it doesn't fit me, or it doesn't taste good, or it doesn't look good, or it's not shiny enough or new enough, or and but we get stuck in the low vibration of that so easily, instead of saying, well, what do I want?
Yeah, flipping it on its head.
And
And
looking at the same
yeah,
object, instead of studying the crack that's in this object and fixating on the crack, looking at the beauty that's everywhere else around it. And it's like going to the job interview and really sitting there and thinking about what are the aspects about this job that resonate for me,
yeah,
but then what doesn't resonate for me at the same time. So you
yeah,
have you're looking for signs in both ways.
yeah.
And I think when we can put more value or more focus on the positive parts, then that feeds that part of us, that hopeful expectation of getting more of what we want.
I'll give I'm literally the poster child of this example. Okay. My life literally unfolded in this way in terms of my occupational pursuits. When I got out of college, and I've told the story before, I'll tell it in a more accelerated version. When I first graduated college, I wasn't really sure what I was trying to do. I had a bachelor's degree in sociology, which anybody in their right mind knows that you cannot make any kind of good money with a bachelor's degree in sociology. You have got to continue your education or switch gears, right? It really is the only option is to continue your education. Well, I didn't really want to do that right away. Okay, so what I did was I took well, this is a long story. Fast forward. So occupationally, my first job out of college was a substitute teacher. And I was a substitute teacher for K through sixth grade, I think at first. I had the littles at first. And I took on some of those assignments and I was like, okay, this is cool, but these kids is too young. I ain't trying to deal with
Yeah.
all of this.
You were with little children? That's crazy. I mean, I know you had little children.
Listen
like
to
you.
the story progress because it was a short-lived experience. Very short-lived experience.
Dang.
So that's what I learned. It's like, no, they require too much.
Hey,
It's
did
too
any of those
much.
kids ever say, "You sure are tall"?
Of
Any of
course
those
they
kids do
did.
that?
They did,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
They literally did.
Hey, lady, you sure are
Yeah,
tall.
yeah, they literally did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was more of the endearing parts of that experience. But I was very clear that, like, no, this is not my ministry with these little people. So then I started taking on assignments that were of, eighth grade, like seventh, eighth grade, and they were more mature, and I started liking that more. But I was like, I don't want to be a teacher. So, anyways, as I progressed through my own career, every time I took an opportunity, which then led from teaching, like, I don't want to teach, I don't want to be doing this all. So let me try social work. And then I started trying social work, and I was like, this is kind of too emotional. Let me go into therapy. Let me see if some spots of therapy might be a little bit. So I kept like taking opportunities based on what I didn't like in the previous job. Like that was my litmus test for what I need to look for in the next job is things that don't have this. It has the things that I love and what I want to do, but the things that I didn't enjoy about that last job cannot exist here. And so with that kind of clarity is how I came to be who you all know and love, or who y'all know and watch sometimes. But
They love you. Yeah.
so that energy of watch for signs, y'all. It's not just signs that look like, hey, look here. It's like the things behind, things in the shadow. It's like, would I want to do that too? It's like, look, everything is evidence, okay?
Yeah.
Remember that. Write that down. Everything is evidence,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. And sometimes it's really good, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite what we want. And that's important too.
Mm-hmm.
That's important too.
I don't think you looked at the cards, so let's play a little game. You pick the next one.
Da 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 da. Change your tune.
Okay, that's the first card that I saw pop out.
Moonlight Serenade. Change your tune.
Feel for it.
Yeah, this is about attitude. It's about attitude, y'all. Let me show you the card first. Oops.
I got you.
Turn it. Yeah, this card, y'all, this is about feeling for how you should resonate with things. We're so used to just being, assimilating. We're so used to assimilating and going with the flow of what feels like we should be doing in this life. It's like it's all goes back to the indoctrination. The indoctrination of going with the flow. But when you stop and become more mindful of, does this resonate? How does this feel to me? The tune you've been singing, or that song, the repetitious song that you've been just blindly singing. You ever just catch yourself singing a song that you heard somebody else? You do this all the time.
I do
This
this
is your
shit
daily,
all the time. Don't
daily.
sing shit around me because I'll be singing it
Don't.
the rest of the day.
And I do it to just fuck with her sometimes, just to play with her. Just I'll start singing, I'll hum something, and then I know I was like, she gonna start singing.
I'm like a recorder.
5, 4, 3, and then she's like da 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 da, and I'm like, she's doing it. But one when we're mindful of, how do I feel about this thing? How does this resonate with me? Then you can start to say, okay, I don't want this. I'm gonna change my tune. I don't want this anymore. This don't feel right. I'm gonna give myself permission to turn the dial, change the channel. Those of
Do
you
it
who
different.
still listen to the radio, change that dial, do it different.
I definitely agree, and for me, this energy is also bringing out like this need to kind of reflect on growth as well. And what I mean by growth is like some of you have started to change your tune already. It's like there's like a beginning, okay? You know how notes go from low to high? It's like turning up the volume now. It's like having already started making small changes, but needing to make bigger changes. I'm hearing make a bigger impact, okay? Like changes that have a bigger impact. So this is giving like real like life changes, okay? It was, I mean, quite literally, if it's like, if your life right now is not in alignment toward what resonates for you, you've got to make big changes. It's usually something substantial. It's like we don't feel the disconnection when it's only something that's a little bit off. We feel it when it's a lot off. So it's like when it's a lot, when things don't feel what you're seeing every day and what you're doing every day doesn't organically feel like what most lifts you up, something has to change, something probably big. So and I do feel like some of you are, like I said, leaning into this energy of looking at things that need to change and maybe tweaking some things. Like maybe you don't, work 15 hours a day. Now you only work like 12 or 13, and maybe you don't take, all of the overtime opportunities, but now you still just take most of them. It's like there's small tweaks that are happening, but there's still a need for bigger changes. So change your tune. Is about changing your attitude. It's also about changing some of those habits that are not leading you to where you want to be.
One thing I feel about change is, change over time becomes habit.
Change over time becomes habit. Did you make that up right now?
No, I didn't.
You heard that before?
Maybe, but where I'm
Write
going
that
with
down.
this,
That was good,
yeah,
girl.
change over time becomes habit. but what in my experience, sometimes I might pull away from change, or I might want to change something, but shy away from starting it because I know I'm going to have to be consistent in order for it to be a change.
Listen, morning messages never would have been born with that mindset.
Yeah.
Because you already know how I am. I'm like, I like to be free. And free means that in any given mindful moment, I get to pause, pivot, stop, rest, do whatever the hell my energy flow wants to do in that moment.
Yeah.
And that is my definition of my best life, is that kind of level freedom. So when it comes to doing something every day at the same time, I gotta get up to make the donuts. Like the thought of that is just enough to just keep me indoors and just, I don't want to do it.
That's why you gotta make sure you do what you love.
But that's why I do what I love, because I love y'all.
Yeah.
I fucks with y'all.
She gets excited.
I do. I like this time.
Yeah.
I even like sharing this time with you. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Thank you.
So All right, we got 2 more cards.
All right.
We gonna look to see, girl. That's brilliance right there.
Yeah. Change over time becomes habit. I'm sure somebody's already quoted that before.
I feel like that too, but we gonna put
But you,
Victoria
yeah,
Lee until further notice.
put my name on there.
Boom.
Yeah. Did it.
Did it.
Said it.
Got it.
Trying to do it.
Next card.
Right, enchantment.
Enchanted. So if y'all don't know, we're working with the Moonology deck. I love this beautiful art.
It is beautiful.
Right? This whole deck is top tier. But the card Enchanted here, and it's making reference to the moonlight, how enchanting the moonlight can be. Okay. And the word, really it's the word bipolar. Okay. Don't be triggered. Anybody, that's a triggering word for some people. Bipolar actually has a definition outside of a medical diagnosis. Okay, the word bipolar means that something has 2 polarities to it. Okay, bipolar is not just, oh, somebody's got mood swings, I gotta be, okay, that's a mental health diagnosis. I'm not speaking of this concept in that regard. Okay. So let me channel this message. Hang on, let me get deeper in this. So it's given like most of us, and I'm gonna say most of us because we're not a monolith, no, right? No 2 people are the same, even twins, right? So so if we put life on a scale. Okay, scales offer polarity, 0 to 10, polarity. Okay, when we put life on a scale, okay, from unhappiness, no, dissatisfaction, okay. Okay, on a scale from dissatisfaction to satisfaction. Okay, and I know there's other ways you can design this scale. I'm channeling this message. On a scale from dissatisfaction to satisfaction. Okay. Where on this scale is this energy of enchantment? Okay, follow this message. Okay, these are not words. I don't use the word enchantment in my regular life. Okay, on a scale from dissatisfaction to satisfaction, where is this notion of enchantment? Okay, what is enchantment? Okay, okay, so hang on. Okay. So they're describing this scale, okay, for I would say, my brain would say, from dissatisfaction to satisfaction, somewhere in here, the 0 line would be like null, okay, like the 0 line from satisfaction to dissatisfaction to satisfaction, okay. That middle line in my brain, allow me, that middle line for me would be like null, like it's like I'm like neutral, okay? From dissatisfaction to satisfaction. 0 between there, I would be at neutral. That, in my brain, that would be neutral. But in this message, they're giving that 0 line is enchantment, okay? Like enchantment is the gateway that opens us up to satisfaction. Okay, now let's get to a formative definition of enchantment. I don't use this language, so I'm channeling this, okay? Okay. So they're saying enchantment is that 0 line because that is where change happens, okay? As we're talking about changing our tune, Like enchantment is this notion, it's the opening of desire. Okay, enchantment is the opening of desire.
Mm.
Okay, so
Mm.
enchantment is the gateway to desire. Okay, and desire is what leads to satisfaction. Okay, so think about it. Okay, we can't be satisfied with something that we don't know what we desire. Okay, you can't actually find, so like they're showing me this scale. Okay, dissatisfaction is here. If we move to the middle between that and satisfaction, that is enchantment. And enchantment is kind of like what they're kind of like when you pop the top on something, when you just open it. Okay, it's like a door, it's like an opening. Okay, so it's like enchantment is this energy in which we become open to desire something. Okay. This is how this message is coming. When I hear the word enchantment, I literally think about shit like this. Like, I think about storybook experiences of them being in a magical garden or some shit like that. Like, that's what my
But
brain.
that's the adjective. So think of it as a verb.
Mm-hmm.
She was enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Then you can
I mean
start to,
that.
yeah, then you can start to see your definition as it's the beginning of desire, of she was, your attention is drawn in that direction.
Correct. Like you become interested or intrigued or activated in some way that makes you want to. You hear that? It makes you want to. Okay. It's like, so this scales. Zero line is enchantment, and then somewhere next is desire. It's like it opens up the door to desire. Now remember, we're on a scale going towards satisfaction. Okay, so when we're talking about like creating a life that you love, okay, like this is how you get from where you are. Okay, hey, oh, this is how they channel that. So I don't know what y'all got going on, but it's like y'all somewhere near that dissatisfaction right now. Okay, so if you want to get toward what you want, you've got to start paying attention, right? Watch for signs. You got to start paying attention to what is getting your attention, what is stimulating you, what makes you want to engage it more. Like this is the door that's enchantment. You're right. It is like it's a way to it's a frequency that allows us to see what we like.
But you gotta start listening to the sensitivity of your gut,
Yes.
of your knowing. That's why you gotta
Yes.
tap in.
And you got to pay attention to
Yeah.
where your attention is going.
Yeah.
What is occupying your time? Even think about what you kind of just frivolously do all day for no pay. What you put your time and attention toward.
I was thinking about I was moving through wherever we were going recently, and just paying attention to how many people were just on their phones, distracted. And I was thinking to myself, what did we do before we had this
Oh, you did say
amazing
that.
distraction?
You said that. Yeah.
And I thought we probably had to look up and actually be more mindful of what's going on around us and be in the present moment to our own experience. We spend our whole lives in other people's experience through these devices.
It's true.
We were constantly thinking about what other people are doing, saying, being, getting in trouble or messing stuff up, but we're not even in touch with our own experience in the moment to have this sensory awareness around us of what we want. So it feels like our humanity is starting to be lost through these devices.
It's a matter of perspective. That's a whole TED Talk right there, because one would also argue that we are connecting in more dynamic ways than ever before in humankind.
That is an argument. That is an argument, but is it at the detriment of our own selves, connecting with our own selves?
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
Pick it up. Put it down and pick it up. Shit.
I'll put it down, pick it up. No, I mean, I don't disagree with anything that you're saying.
This is fun because this is how we usually talk. Like when we just start talking,
And
we
we would
just
be
be
like, we
talking like
should
this.
just record like how we would be talking like normally. I think we're doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, there's another piece to this that they want me to make sure that I cover. This notion of desire being integral to satisfaction. Okay. Um, I had a client come to me and was struggling with just this notion of finding satiate in life, like finding things that really feel like good and feel like it matters and feels important and feels like something they want to do. Okay. And this person, interestingly enough, was not, you would think by that description that this person was severely depressed. Okay. And they weren't, by all clinical definitions. They just had a very apathetic attitude toward life. They weren't suicidal. They weren't ready to harm themselves or off themselves. They were just trying to figure out what the fucking point was. Like, what is, everything feels like meh. You know, nothing feels exciting necessarily or not substantially exciting. And so, but this person, of course, had quality relationships and held down a very lucrative job, and by all definitions, was still functioning in life. So that's why they're not, quote, depressed. So it was interesting. And as I'm channeling this message right now, as we're talking about finding satiate being satisfaction, okay, finding a level of satisfaction in your life, the highest level of satisfaction comes through this doorway of a desire. You've got to have a desire. So those of you who don't give yourself permission to want a thing because you may not know how you're going to get it or when it's going to come or if you even deserve it, it's like you've got to set a different standard around that still allows you to want what you want, even in spite of those curiosities. I won't even call them fears. We'll call them curiosities.
Yeah.
You can have those curiosities. Okay? You can give yourself permission to have those curiosities about who, what, when, where, why, and how would this shit ever come to be or to pass? How? What? Who? What? You can have those curiosities, but don't let those curiosities curb your desire. Okay? And that's what many of us do. I think you do that sometimes.
What do I do?
Curb your desire of what you want in life because you question what or who or how.
Absolutely. That's my
No
whole,
denials.
That's my whole.
We're in a public court of opinion right now. You're zero denials.
Yeah, that's my whole human design sun sign.
Period.
That's just everything. Yeah.
But
So,
this message is saying give yourself permission, and not just you, but
Yeah.
me also, and everybody out there that resonates with this. It's like we stop short of wanting certain things that we know would lead to, you know, greater levels of satisfaction, just because we stop at the curiosity. We can have the
Yeah.
curiosity and still facilitate or still formulate the desire with clarity.
and you know, it all starts from you have to, um, whether it's a client or myself, especially myself, we got to think about where was I taught that I can't have what I want?
Mm-hmm.
When did I first learn that I can't have the things I want, or that the things you want that everybody else have, it's for them and not for me? And I, um, shoot, I mean, it started with early propaganda. It started with,
charger.
yeah, it started with the church we went to. That, you know, wealth is bad, money is bad, people with things are evil. So I grew up with a mentality that wanting things or wanting a good life, wanting a comfortable life is evil or bad, and that I should be humble and simple and sacrifice and struggle. That was noble. I was taught that struggle is noble. It's true. That's how I grew up. You know, Jesus suffered. And so anytime you thought you could do something different or be something different, then that was made to be a bad thing. So I have to be real mindful of the things I tell myself that I can have. I have to be real in the moment conscious of, am I encouraging myself and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, you don't know how you're going to get that thing. You don't know how you're going to um, accomplish this big goal that I want. No, I haven't seen it done in my family. No, my friends ain't doing the things I'm doing. But even though um, I might not see it in my environment, if I can still talk to myself and realize that anything that I want, the pure desire, we're talking about enchantment. The pure desire of wanting a thing is an indicator that it's for you. Because not everybody's going to want what you want. So it's becoming real sensitive to what makes me different. What things stand out for me in this lifetime that doesn't resonate for other people. And I don't have to know how to get it or be it or do it. But if it's my dream or my desire, my enchantment, that alone gives me permission to say yes to it. And saying yes to it don't mean I know how to do it. It doesn't mean I have all the answers, but it does unlock that communication between me and universe that says, yeah, I'm gonna let it in. I'm gonna let miracles in. I'm gonna let the unknown be time to be known. And that's a lot of our challenges. We gotta know it all now in order to believe that it can be a thing.
Ashe. Not true.
It's like this seed, if I had a seed in my hand, it's telling me this is not a coconut tree simply because it's not a coconut tree yet, denying its potential. We would never do that. We know seeds have the potential to grow into what they're manifested to be, what they're supposed to be in this little seedling's life. But we don't do that for ourselves. We don't give ourselves that permission to be a seed that is here to grow into something amazing.
Come on, babe. You in your bag, girl.
I told you.
You got shit to say today.
Shoot. All right, I'm done.
Crystal is resonating with what you're saying, though.
Okay, Crystal.
Yeah, she said they use the Bible to reinforce those principles you were saying.
Yeah.
Struggling is very noble and it breeds great things, so it's hard to undo that. She said she struggles with that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think y'all alone in that. I didn't have that degree of indoctrination to have to counteract that layer of resistance in my own life. But yeah, I definitely can empathize with how difficult that might be to undo because it'd be hardwired. I mean,
Yeah. And because it's connected to spirituality.
Sure. So,
It's not just good or bad. It's like life and death.
It literally is. Yeah. Yeah. And not just death right now, like for eternity.
Eternal death. Disconnection from God.
Shit.
And nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. Nobody ain't got time for that.
So a lot of people have said, I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing because I don't know what's going to turn out, but I'd rather just do what I do, keep doing it this way.
Because everybody else is doing this way too.
Just because everybody else, we can't all be wrong or we all going to be wrong together. And I disagree. Joy and peace and the smile that's on my face right now.
Come on.
Um,
We're going to work on our lighting later.
Yeah,
this is our first time on this deck. I need more light. No, I need more light.
I look good.
You do look good, but we need more light still. Like, it needs to be over here.
Well, if we have a ring light we could put here.
I know. Tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because you're going to be here tomorrow too?
Well, we'll be here every day.
You're going to be front and center every day now? Okay.
We'll see how I feel.
Because it's her world.
I'll be waking up feeling different.
It don't matter what y'all expecting. It's how she feels.
Y'all gotta let me know if you like me here or not, because I'm gonna respond.
Because I'm here to.
Yeah, I can move around. Y'all know, y'all see me in the past. I be moving around. So you let me know what you're thinking,
What it is and what
and
it
then I'll
ain't.
let you know what I'm thinking. We can
Okay.
figure some things
Let's see
out.
if we can get it together.
Yeah.
Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, yes, more yes. Are you going to be available for this last card?
Yeah, I'm committed to today. I'm committed.
A
Oh,
mess.
this is interesting. It's different.
Let me see it.
Day Moon Love.
So, okay, let me orient you to this
I
deck
don't
because
know
I
what
don't
this
think
is
you know
doing.
this
I don't
deck.
know what this is doing.
No, okay. Okay,
So,
so look. Okay, so the card, this is the Moonology deck. So don't look at the big word. Look at the little word for a second. So each of these little words reflects some different aspect of the moon. Okay, that's why it's called Moonology messages.
yeah, okay.
So maybe you'll take a moment to kind of familiarize yourself with the different aspects of the moon that it's making reference to. Okay, the other deck does the same thing.
Yeah.
So you don't need to necessarily, it's all about where the oracle takes you.
Yeah.
So it might take you to that phrase or it may take you to the bigger
Yeah.
idea, but the bigger idea is what the
Yeah.
artwork is.
Okay, so
Okay.
so my
They
message.
all have a moon on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
I'll show them the card.
yeah. So day moon.
So it's making reference to the day moon. So anytime you
Yeah.
see a moon during the day, but it's
Yeah.
actually the concept of love. So either
Yeah.
reference. It's so
Well,
pretty though.
it's
Look
so
at
pretty.
it.
It is so pretty. And you know, when I first saw this, you know, I say day moon love, and I was like, okay, what's this? And for me, this is a reminder. You know, those of you who are a little familiar with astrology, you know that the moon represents desires, drives, and desires. Hidden though, because it's nighttime. It's hidden. But what this day says, bring it forth, bring light to it. Let your desires be seen in the daytime, not just in your dreams. Don't just dream about a different life at nighttime and then wake up and say, it's daytime now. I got to go live this life that I
That
don't
part.
love. It's like, no. Have the things you love in the day, bring it to light. Live it, explore it. Do something small. If you are, you know, Crystal just said she resonates with being indoctrinated to live a life literally. I mean, you didn't use the word of misery, but depending on how deeply you've been indoctrinated, I know for me it was literally
Indoctrinated.
indoctrinated.
I was gonna let it go, but I couldn't. Okay.
Indoctrinated. Love, peace, joy, all of that is something that we were taught that can happen in heaven, but not to expect it here on earth. So this is a call to re-examine your belief system of what you can have, because it's all about a belief. What you believe doesn't mean it's true. A lot of us believed in Santa Claus when we was little. I ain't met a Santa Claus yet. Not a real one. So it's time to examine our beliefs. And because from our beliefs come our desires. From your belief, what you believe can happen, you will desire. So it's like re-examine your beliefs, expand what you believe can happen, so your desires can expand and bring it into light. So you can live the life you want and not just dream about it. And start out small. I know it can be scary because it feels like there's a lot on the line. And nobody wants to be disappointed and feel like, well, I wanted this thing and it didn't happen. And so I knew it wouldn't happen because, you know, everybody told me that you couldn't. But start out small. Make one small change. And that's usually how it happens with our clients is
Change over time becomes habit.
it does.
Yeah.
Change over time.
No, it's
Small
true.
changes get you there too, though.
Aw,
And it
thank you, Lisha.
starts with changing your mindset. Allowing your mindset to become expanded and more open to the possibilities of actually having the things you want in this life. Because I am a living proof, serious talk, that the things that I was taught as a child And no shade on my parents. It was a generational thing. They were taught what they were taught, and they taught me what they knew. Um, but I really do embrace the truth that it's time to change what we believe. It's time to change what we think we know. And when we can do that, not only does it affect our lives, but it affects the people around us. And most importantly, affects the next generation. The next generation doesn't have to go through the challenges of falling in love with struggle the way we did.
Girl, these kids ain't worried about struggle.
They're
They are moving in the opposite
They
direction of
are,
struggle right now.
but they don't have.
They got it.
But they don't have a clue of what to do, though. That's the
I
challenge.
agree.
Is they don't want what we did. They don't want the lives we led, but they don't know how not to, and they're trying to figure that part out.
They're back to that polarities. It's like we
Yeah.
did everything that didn't
Right.
make us comfortable. They're doing nothing.
Absolutely.
And somewhere
Nothing
in
at all.
there is
There's
a
gotta be a
middle.
little bit of a middle.
Somewhere is
Yeah.
a middle.
Yeah.
So remember that as we're talking polarity, remember that again? Okay, this scale from dissatisfaction to satisfaction. And remember that middle line there, that zero line is enchantment. Okay. And then they said that next step from enchantment as we're moving toward a life of satisfaction. So once you become enchanted with something, meaning you're like curious, you're activated, you're stimulated by the idea of something. And now that idea becomes a desire, right? That's the next step. It becomes a desire, something I allow myself to want. And then they're giving me this next step is like, it's got to be something you love. Okay, before we get to satisfaction, remember that? That's the goal, satisfaction. Not just I'm curious about it, I like it, now I want it. You gotta love the life that you want to live. Okay, it's gotta hit love. The Richter scale has to get to love. Okay, yeah, desire has like, and then love. Love is where we're aspiring to. Okay, not something I can do, something I can settle with. It's love, and I think that's the lesson that we're learning even in this space here.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I do love this space, but am I satisfied in my love of the space? No, I'm not, because I still want more. I want a compound. I want a compound. I want multiple houses. I want to own all of the things, right? So it's like even love has a scale to it, but you've got to cross over that threshold, okay? There can be refinement in that, but you got to cross over that threshold in order to really become satisfied, truly satisfied with your life. You've got to love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Alicia says you did a great job.
She said, "Ladies." I read it, but thank you.
Thank
so
you,
much. It's been
Alicia.
fun. It's been a lot of
Y'all
fun.
like the video if you have not already. If y'all want to see more of Vic in the forefront, y'all better tell her in the
You
comments.
gotta let me know, because
'cause
I got things to do.
Girl,
Yeah,
girl,
I
girl.
really don't.
Let me show you her things to do. It's right over there. She's gonna be right here co-signing and chicken hawking from the peanut gallery right
my
over
finger to
there.
act right there.
Right there. So that's your things to do. Y'all, it's a pleasure to serve you. It's an honor to join you every single day. Or maybe not every day. Hell, I'm doing something every goddamn day.
You got one day off.
I get Saturdays off,
Yeah.
okay? It's
Yeah.
like Saturdays off. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. We're here live with the morning message. Those of you who are in our Everydayers community on Sunday, you already know what time it is. We be there every Sunday. If you want to join us in the Everydayers community, make sure you send me a DM, send me an email, send me a back channel, send me a message, say something in the comments, and then we'll hook you up with the link.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's all I got. Go to begreateveryday.com. You got anything else?
No, it's
All
been
right.
fun. Been a lot of fun.
Very
I
fun.
appreciate everybody holding space and letting me ramble and talk and just say
You was
what
in your
Spirit put on
bag,
my heart.
girl. You was in your bag.
Thank you.
Nah.
Thank you. No, it's been fun.
No, this was good.
Yeah, go.
All right. Join us tomorrow. We'll see if she feels like it tomorrow.
We'll see.
I hope you feel like it. Join us right here, back here. If you didn't like the video, subscribe to the channel. Tell your mom and them. Join us tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern for the morning message. As I always say, life does not have to be perfect in order for you to be great every day. No matter what, you just have to make the conscious choice.
Yeah, you gotta decide and believe you can.
Absolutely. So choose to be great every day.
No matter what.
No matter what. Peace. In. Video in.